Here is the Coliseum in Arles. Really big. And here's the rest of Arles, and there's Sam doing his usual thing.
Usual thing?
Yeah, you do that like every time I put this on. You gotta walk by it and be like...
Majority of times it's accidental.
Exactly, but now you made it on purpose. So now it's become your usual thing. And yes. Yep. Okay then, well, I'm going to turn off for now until, yeah, Rest goes back. So, see you then.
And Arles was originally a Greek city founded in the 6th century BC, and it was called Saline, and it remained part of the Marseille territory until the 1st century BC. And it was used as a base by Julius Caesar in 49 BC against Marseille, and that's when it became part of the Roman Empire and the Roman territory. It was actually settled in 46 BC by the 6th Legion of Roman soldiers, and that's when it was named Arlete, which means town by the marshes. Sorry, I'm a little sick today. And it was named town by the marshes, and it was settled in 46 BC, and pretty much until the reign of Augustus, the town flourished, and that's when a lot of the monuments were built, and it was fortified and all that under Augustus. But it wasn't until the reign of Constantine that Arles would achieve its greatest status. In 314 AD, it became the imperial mint for the Roman Empire. It was moved from Ostia to Arles. And also in 313, they had a church council here because Constantine was actually the first Roman Christian emperor. So they had a church council here in 313. And while Constantine was here in Arles, his son Constantine II was born here. In 428 AD, this was actually made the capital of Roman Gaul, which is basically all of France and Germany and Britain. And the reason why they did that is because the territory was getting a little too out of control with all the barbarian sackings, and they needed a secure location. So Arles was closer to Rome, and it was safer and more secure. But that's pretty much all I have on the history of the town of Arles. If you want to add some more.
That's good.
Okay.
You want to go on to?
Yeah.
I might add some stuff.
Okay. Well, this is the amphitheater. It was built between 70 and 80 AD. It's contemporary with the Colosseum in Rome. An important part of Roman civilization was this idea of bread and circus. So it's very important that the Romans have a place where they can house entertainment. And I don't know which way you walked, but right over there is the theater. And this is the amphitheater. And also here in Arles was a Roman hippodrome. So these are all places that you could have Roman circus and entertainment, and it's a very important part of Roman culture and civilization. The amphitheater here is a fully arcuated facade, which means there's arches all the way around. And it's kind of interesting because the amphitheater was built against the grid plan of Rome, of Arles, and actually the bedrock here was not level, so they actually had to level this site to create the amphitheater and create the fully arcuated facade. This is actually a very expensive amphitheater to build because they take advantage of the natural topography to build up the seating on the natural bedrock. But we have 60 arcuated facades on both levels. It's about 21 meters now currently, but originally it would have had an attic level, which would have made it higher. It's completely removed now, but the attic level is where they would have housed the awnings to cover the spectators and the seating. Here on the facade we have Tuscan pilasters and Corinthian columns on the first level. The arches are all actually not equal in size. They're all about a bit different. On the major and minor axes, they're actually larger. And these are the main entrances into the Colosseum. I read that we're going through the main entrance now is the north gate, and the north entrance is actually one of the largest entrances, and it's larger to allow carts to enter and exit the Colosseum, and that's where they would take out the dead bodies of animals and people. So that's the entrance we're going through. On the western minor axis though, which is the short side, that was the entrance for the dignitaries, and it led straight to the Loggia of Honor. So that's where the high-class citizens would sit here in Arles. The inside gallery on the lower floor is actually not vaulted like most Colosseums. It's covered with flat monolithic stones, which most of them have actually collapsed in, and not many of them are remaining. This is seen as a design flaw and is not really used anywhere else but on this Colosseum. But on the ground, or the second floor, you actually have individual barrel vaults in each bay, and this is a design feature that's also used on the Colosseum. I think that's unique about this amphitheater is it actually has this entablature separating the ground level and the first floor, and it's presumed that there would have been an entablature on the attic level too. And this is only seen in 3 Colosseums in the world. The one at Nimes has it too, and it's considered a particular design feature of southern Gaul. On the inside, there's actually 34 rows of seating, and it's estimated that it can seat about 21,000 people inside the Colosseum. The podium wall on the arena actually has some of its original marble veneer still intact. There's a 2nd century inscription left on, and it just records how Julius somebody paid for circus and statues for the Loggia of Honor and bread and that kind of thing. I think that's pretty much all.
Can we think about what happened to it later?
Oh yeah. The reason why the amphitheater, this is the best preserved Roman monument here in Arles, and the reason why the amphitheater survives today is because actually when Rome declined, the city of Arles also declined, and the town actually shrank back into the walls of the amphitheater. So they worked in this whole town, and then the whole town moved inside the amphitheater. And you can see one of the medieval towers that they built up. There was originally 4 medieval towers, now there's only 3. And there was about 200 houses inside the Colosseum walls. And they started to clear those out in the 19th century as part of renewed, I guess, pride in their town and that kind of thing. And that has all been cleared out, but that is the reason why the amphitheater survives, is because it was actually a fortified medieval city.
Very good. Any questions for Brittany? No questions?
Pretty informative. Well done.
Very good. Thank you, Brittany. That was great. That was a good introduction to Arles. This is a very important place. It was in the Roman time, it was in the early Christian period, and in the Romanesque age as well. It started to decline when Avignon became, well, first when Aix-en-Provence became the head of Provence, and then when Avignon became the lead city of the church here. But before that, this was pretty much a center of Christianity, and we're going to see that when we go to look at Saint-Trophime, which you all, or most of you, passed by as we're walking here. That's going to be our second stop. So what we're going to do is go in the arena, have a look, and we'll spend, I think, just about a half an hour should be enough time. We want to stay together here so that we can then go to Saint-Trophime. And we'll look at the facade, we'll go in the church, and we will go into the cloister, which is the finest cloister, apart from Senan, in Provence, with some great carving and vaulting.